Finally, I can go back to Montgomery Ward's and shop in peace, knowing that the new security robots will take care of those rowdy teenagers. But perhaps the robots have gone too far. Yes, but by the time 1986 rolled around, it was inevitable that not only would we get a shopping mall slasher, but that it would definitely be called Chopping Mall. But it didn't always go by this glorious title. The idea for the film began when producer Julie Corman wanted a horror film that took place in a mall. Makes sense to me. The 80s was already notorious for mall phantoms, so director and co-writer Jim Wynorski jumped at the chance to make this, complete with a Dawn of the Dead style satire of consumerism. But this time in the Reagan era, it was a golden age for Wynorski, who did some of his best work around this period. This was 1 year before his hilarious parody sequel, Deathstalker 2, which this film also features John Terlesky, who played Deathstalker in that film, and composer Chuck Serino did music for both too. But it isn't simply just a mall-set slasher, much like how Hell Night incorporated elements of the popular 80s slasher trend, but combined elements of a 60s spook house movie. This takes an 80s horror setting and character types, but uses influence of 50s B movies, specifically GOG, and makes it about rogue security robots equipped with lasers chasing mall employees who are having an after-hours party, while featuring old drive-in nods like characters watching Attack of the Crab Monsters or naming a store Roger's Little Shop of Pets. This also has familiar horror faces of the time, like Barbara Crampton of Reanimator, Russell Todd of Friday the 13th Part 2, Rodney Eastman, who'd be in Elm Street 3 the following year. It's got the great Garrett Graham, Angus Scrimm, and it's shot in the Sherman Oaks Galleria Mall from Commando and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Hell, star Kelly Maroney was in Fast Times. It even has characters popping up from other movies like Bucket of Blood and Eating Raoul. So you can already tell this has a lot of love for horror across multiple decades, but it didn't have a quick road to cult status, similar to some changes made to Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to make it Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. This was shot and tested with the title Killbots, but audiences reacted poorly, and the title confused people who thought it was some kind of Transformers clone. Makes sense. Co-writer Steve Mitchell was a writer on Transformers, so it went through some trimming and was retitled Chopping Mall, and while Next Generation didn't perform well on a re-release, this one actually did, as it's very hard to pass up this poster, even if nothing like this happens in the movie. It still caused me to rent the hell out of it. But I'm told Montgomery Ward's is no longer in our mall. Okay, fine. Kay's merchandise it is.
I'm watching my video. I'm watching my video. Oh, watching my video. Sure looks good to me.
Already I'm sensing that this mall could use a little security. He is serious about stealing those sweet orbs from Spencer Gifts. I love a movie whose whole plot seems like it would be a giant commercial for a security firm in RoboCop.
Stop right there. Stop right there and surrender your weapon.
I was wanted the Ed 209 to be voiced by Jim Wynorski himself. The robots, operated by remote control, were created by Robert Short, who also did effects work on Beetlejuice, Cocoon, in 1941. And this guy's getting off pretty easily. This is well before they'll start exploding people's heads. Where's it gonna go from here? The hell? I knew this movie was short, but not that short. Wait, that really was a promotional film? OCP has done it again! Okay, fine, no more RoboCop references, but this presentation does need its own Statler and Waldorf.
Paul, they look like the Three Stooges.
in the form of Paul Bartel and Mary Warrenoff, reprising their roles as Paul and Mary from Eating Raoul. They came in to improvise some of their lines. And the funny thing is, I saw this movie before I saw Eating Raoul, so by the time I saw that movie, I was like, oh, it's the riffing couple from Chopping Mall. They're not asking the right questions, such as, do the robots always have to take the elevator? There's some good questions, though.
And how can your things there distinguish between the good guys and the bad guys?
Well, that's easy. We programmed them with the highest scores on Hogan's Alley. The professor will be perfectly safe. Though what makes me nervous is the presenter's version of what could possibly go wrong.
Absolutely nothing can go wrong.
Also, the title suggests that something will indeed go wrong. And the mall seems safe as it is. I don't see any trash laying around. Not only do people shop, but they do it fast. There's even sitcom-style ice cream jokes and physical comedy. Come for the deals, stay for the softcore porn. Hell, even janitor Mario loves showing up to play the arcade games. They even have a beauty pageant, where the ladies intentionally walk by the dorkiest guy in the mall who must be carrying a ton of hilariously droppable items. I kinda wanna go to this place. Why didn't my childhood mall have a Saturday the 14th or Slumber Party Massacre poster on the wall? Get on that, Circus World! I demand a Funhouse poster immediately. It's like it's a restaurant for Cinema Snob episodes. Look, even Galaxy of Terror is making an appearance. Folks usually lose their appetite when they see the E.T. the Porno posters. Susie and Allison here are the best of friends, but not the best employees.
No way, babe. It is babe, isn't it?
Come on, come on.
You can finish your stick after hours. Get these plates over to the Barbarian Queen section immediately. This movie has more posters than my review. If only I shot this review next year while doing the 1986 in film video. There could have been a Short Circuit poster behind me. This is alternate universe Short Circuit, where the bots being struck by lightning turn them to pure evil. A scientific fact after Friday the 13th Part 6. It's like a bridge between the lovable Johnny Five in Short Circuit and Man's Best Friend, where Ali Sheedy befriends another science experiment gone wrong, but this time deadly. The robots are happy to be alive, but look at each other like they're disappointed that Dennis Mitchell's dad is their first victim. Give us a challenge! As for the bros of the movie,
He trusts me to take care of the store while he's gone.
He ain't gonna know diddly unless you tell him.
perfect. I love the Brat Pack rendition of Glengarry Glen Ross. They better stop giving Tony O'Dell shit. Dude is a nerd by day, but Cobra Kai by night. If you think it's sexy inside the mall, look outside. Oh yes, it was required to fix a car like you're also a poster inside the auto shop. What's their story? Are they broke? Are they together? Do they have friends?
We haven't had any fun since we sunk all our wedding money into the business. Besides, Susie's counting on us.
Thanks for that one-sentence exposition of your entire backstory. They're looking for the best place to hang, and that's a mall party during closing hours.
Okay. I guess I won't be needing this.
Is that your bra? How did you do that? At least wait for your girlfriend's dad/boss to leave before making out with her.
What can't you wait for, Michael?
Mr. Todd.
Babe, be honest, your dad's also a robot, isn't he? They did have a very small budget here, but worked well with what they had, especially since half the budget went to Mike's chewing gum. He chomps away during all of his scenes. But step one of staying in the mall after hours is to try not to look like one of the moms posing as a teenager. See, here's your problem. You also put Garrett Graham in charge of the Killbots. The robots may malfunction, but at least he'll be hilarious about it. Do we need to kill him? He's one of our most beloved, underrated comedy actors. If we kill Jay Sherman's dad, he's gonna give us a negative review. He doesn't even have to say a word, and I'm laughing at his double takes. Like, are the robots gonna kill me? Or should I go back to reading my book? It's like a silent comedy routine. While still getting in a nice plug for the They Came From Outer Space book, edited by Jim Wynorski. Sadly, it's just a cameo. He'll be back as a chud. We have other heroes in this flick. For instance, I trust anyone who respects the comedic genius of the 1983 Corman-produced classic Screwballs. And if you ever do decide to do a remake of Chopping Mall, I'm the guy you talk to for all of your Screwballs needs. But remember, before it gets too deadly, it's also a love at first sight blind date story.
Ferdy Mizell, meet Allison Parks.
Hi.
Mom? Together they will have many children, all of whom grow up to star in High Tops. But like with sharks, you know it's gonna get dangerous when the music kicks in.
Sector 1, going online, level 1.
How can I be afraid of that? They're adorable! The Killbots can also be trash receptacles. The movie was shot for nearly a month during closing hours, as long as they cleaned up after themselves. Make sure you know which body parts are going in the recycling bin. Plus,
You, got a license for that outfit?
No, officer. I guess you're just gonna have to take me in.
if you're gonna make a porno, spray some disinfectant and work on the sexy talk.
You smell like pepperoni.
Ooh, hot, except she totally ordered the sausage. I love how this is all going on in the same room. Like, hey, you guys keep it down with the food flirting? We're getting off to monsters over here. Ain't the only thing in this room that's about to get crabs. His flirting ain't much better.
Could I get you some more wine?
Are you trying to get me drunk?
No, I just figured maybe you might be thirsty.
Oh yeah, nothing quenches my thirst like a nice 86 clinker brick. They've got some catching up to do. The others are already on their fake orgasms.
It's been nice for me too, Ferdy.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
Yes, I love hearing his ultra sexy name, Ferdy. Let's take a break while I immediately return the bed that I bought at this store.
First, there's Steve McQueen. Then there's this purple goo, a bunch of ignorant locals, and a killer theme song. Don't miss The Blob next on 100% Weird. And later tonight, this sci-fi film was originally shot in 3D. Watch God tonight at 4:45 on 100% Weird.
We're back, and the worst part of the robots is they're always shitting on the ground. Here, the legendary Dick Miller is his bucket of blood character, Walter Paisley, already lasting longer than he did last time he went face to face with a robot. It's still the music that gets me every time. God, I love Chuck Serino's scores. Who programmed these things? If criminals come into this place, the Killbots are prepared if they're standing in puddles.
You bastards were gonna be trouble when I first brought you in here.
While I'm also sad to see Dick Miller go, I know that soundtrack is right around the corner.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
I really wish they made this into a Saturday morning cartoon. I will say that Mike's chomping on his gum is a bit much. Switch to something less obnoxious, like smoking. You can buy a carton over at the Radio Shack. What a time to be alive. Cigarette machines, making lewd phone calls at the payphone, Killbots. The producers made a huge mistake not making these the hottest toy item of '86. It was best to take out Mike first, less chance of his gum getting stuck in their conveyor belts. They were also smart enough to hide him so his girlfriend Leslie would need to be inches from his face in order to see him, and that his throat is leaking delicious fruit stripe gum. It's then, though, that the robots remembered that they have lasers. The lasers are in two modes, set to stun and the famous best death in the movie setting. So much for not making a mess in the mall. Yet they still cost less than a Tickle Me Elmo, and they're less obnoxious. Now I know why Sears got rid of their entertainment section. Go for the Killbots' weakness. They can pop your head like a zit, but doors? Let's see you blast your way in here, assholes! Not that they can't control other doors. Yeah, you're stuck. You're gonna be extras in Wonder Woman 1984, whether you like it or not. Look, fellas, why bother with your explosive glue when you could just punch through the thing? Hey, come back here. I just want to offer you a tremendous deal on hot tubs. We're located right next to the piercing pagoda. If Die Hard taught us anything, they'll be perfectly safe crawling through the vents, while it's Dawn of the Dead that taught us to always have a good sporting goods store.
We're gonna have to defend ourselves. This place got a sporting goods store?
Peckinpahs.
Wait, as in Sam Peckinpah? Yep, that's right. You guys are set. The bow and arrow from Osterman Weekend is 50% off. And when you're done in there, go to Martin Lawrence's and get a fat suit to ricochet the lasers. This mall really does have everything. When we play Operation Wolf in the arcade, we play it hard. What'll really sell it is a badass slow motion walk. Yeah, just like the Reservoir Dogs, with a coupon for a free Orange Julius. They make movie references too.
You sure you know how to shoot that?
Yeah. Saw Dirty Harry 24 times.
No, you idiot, you saw Dirty O'Neill. You're only qualified to shoot the straps off a woman's bra. Ow, hey, that hurts! But why are you all just standing there? Plenty of places for you to cover. I can still get off a good shot, so you're still making it easy for me. On second thought, I kinda wanna get blown up. The mall hasn't approved my raise. Then they'll clean up this mess by turning the Killbot into a water fountain. What do you say we get more of those tanks so we can blow up the others just as easily? Nah, forget that. We still got 35 minutes of the movie left. Here's what we do. We dress up as a sexy robot to distract it, just like Bugs Bunny did.
You, Mr. Robot!
Plus, the Killbot is just gonna hang around while the boys pad out their plan themselves.
Shit, I didn't think they'd work.
There are stairs. The Killbots can't use them, but you can. The girls have a plan too. Jesus Christ. Every store back then really was dangerously flammable. Guys, I got it. We'll defeat the robots to the max. Let's blow them up by taking out the entire elevator. Just keep an ear out for the soundtrack. Honey, can you keep it down? We're trying to listen for the Chuck Sereno music. That means the robots are getting closer. Oh, thank God, a nice fire. It really does get a little chilly here at night. I'm just saying, even though the bots have turned evil, they really need to get their sightings checked. If a real mob stormed this place, the robots would miss every single one of them. Unless one is holding up a gas can, they could hit that because that'll make the fire budget shine. Now spread out, guys. Lots of space in this mall. I know you could say this about a lot of slashers, but in this case you really can. They should just find a place to hide till the mall opens, or if someone has to bust in with a bulldozer. Just go to one of the back rooms without the Killbots seeing you. You'll be perfectly fine. Or hide out in the Bergners. No one goes there anymore. I think they're starting to regret not simply throwing the tank at the robot and shooting it again. Didn't Spaceballs teach you anything? Give the gun to Princess Vespa. I'm genuinely impressed the film crew cleaned all this up when they're done. Maybe management won't notice that they're missing an elevator. See, now they have the right idea. Just hide out in here. I miss the before times when we'd drink Diet Coke and watch The Lost Empire. There still needs to be some drama, like how he's pissed that the girls left the vents and got Susie killed.
I'm telling you, you should have kept her there.
Look, she told you what happened. Why didn't you just leave her alone?
Shut up.
Hey, calm down. Let's talk about something else. Which do you prefer? Slumber Party Massacre or Sorority House Massacre? Plus, they don't even have the best ideas anyway.
The master computer is somewhere on the 3rd level. We shut it down, it shuts the robots down.
Nah, we're gonna stay here. Let the morning shift handle it when they arrive. They survived the Killbots once. They can do it again. Greg's fine, only because it wasn't Nick Segal doing the stunt. It was actually Jim Wynorski. Oh hey, stairs! How long have these been here? My god, diabolical. It actually learned how to use them! Quick, let's sneak tennis shoes on him so he'll get sucked under with the shoelaces. Haha, they'll never make it past the inanimate carbon rod. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yep, Auntie Anne's. Let's take another break. Honey, if we survive this, we're getting married, and I'm getting my dress here at Macy's. Thanks to the voters on Patreon for overwhelmingly picking this one to the point of saying, well, it's gotta be Chopping Mall. What other choice do we have? Sorry, A Night in Heaven. You're gonna have to up your laser game next time. Contribute to us now at patreon.com/thecinemasnob. We're back. How are our heroes doing?
I guess I'm just not used to being chased around a mall in the middle of the night by killer robots.
Well, then you haven't fully experienced the 1980s. I think we're all safe now. Crap, he figured out a way past the rod. I love this part where they distract them with mannequins. What the hell? The Killbots are way better at shooting at the fake people, and stop just standing there. It was your own fault, but I'm still mad. I'll join you by doing something else stupid. Thanks for sacrificing yourself, buddy. Now we just have one robot left. And he's the rudest. Why drive through the jewelry case? Not to mention the half-assed booby traps he sets up, and this. My god, the robots have been hoarding spare parts! And he's grabbier than the Abercrombie manager. Give us a pinch and a smile, sweet cheeks. You're single, aren't you? I won't tell your boyfriend. Say, he doesn't own a gun, does he?
Laser malfunction. Laser malfunction.
That's alright, the lasers don't work that well anyway. But what the bot lacks in aim, he makes up for in throwing skills. At least it was worth a shot to see if throwing something at the Killbot would work. This movie is super ridiculous, but fun as all hell. I love taking a 50s era concept of killer robots on the loose, but they look like a toy I would have gotten in the 80s and played some bitchin' Devo cassettes on. It moves along at an insanely quick pace, too. It's only 77 minutes long, but doesn't really feel like it's too short. It gives us a setup, gets to the action, and really never lets up. The characters are underwritten, sure, they're definitely types, but the sense of humor carries it. Like the stock cat jump that only happens because they're in a pet store. I also like that it's a mall of Easter eggs. Oh hey, the Crush Groove stand. I was meaning to stop there after picking up something from Electric Bonworth Boogaloo. They did consider making a sequel since the movie made some money, but Wynorski figured, I said all we needed to say with Chopping Mall 1. Respect. We already blew up the last remaining robot in the paint store.
Have a nice day!
Hey, that's my line! By Retgar's beard, I will be avenged! Whew, we finally made it. Now to rub it in Ferdy's face that he got defeated by a can.
Hey!
Thank God I saved you. Ha ha ha, there will be no second date. I stole a roll of toilet paper to take to the apartment. Come here, you. You're the man of my dreams. And that's Chopping Mall, with end credits that are perfect if they ever want to turn it into a TV procedural about mall cops. Thanks for watching, and to get more updates and shorts, follow us on our Facebook at facebook.com/TheRealCinemaSnob, and I'll see you next week.
What's that?
Robot blood.